Okay, so I'm sharing my screen. Just let me know. Is it visible to you or not? Yes, now it is visible.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So you were there in the last class.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So just a minute. I think I have not started the recording. Okay, now okay, fine. So I'm again sharing and okay. So now it is visible now.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so in the subquery session, in the last class, we have discussed about the subquery. Okay, how the subquery will be written and how the subquery will be executed, and that all these things we have seen. And then we have seen types of subquery. Two types of subquery are there: single row subquery, where we can use single row comparison operator, whereas in the multi-row subquery, we can use multi-row comparison operator. So based on these, we have seen some example or execution of the subquery for this employee table, and then we have seen in the with the having clause how we can utilize the subquery with the having clause. Okay, so and we have seen if we are returning multiple values with the subquery and then we are comparing with the single value, then the subquery will result in error. Okay, so this example we have seen where we will observe an error during the execution of the subquery. Okay, so we have also seen some exercises on the subquery. Okay, and then multi-row query we have seen, and nested query we have seen with n, any, or all operators. Okay, so you have any query in the subquery, then you can ask me, please. Any questions on that? You can ask anything if you want any explanation on the uh, subquery type, or any single row subquery, multi-row subquery, nested query. So you can ask me. Yes, Jatin, any question?
No, sir.
Okay, fine. So in the subquery, we have also seen some multi-column subquery, where multi-row subquery or multi or single row subquery. Subquery is basically applied where it will return only single row or multi-row. Okay, if we apply query on multiple columns, then that query is called a multiple column subquery. Okay, so the example for multiple column subquery is given that select order ID, product ID, quantity from item. So all these value we have selected as a tuple. Now here we have applied condition on multiple attributes like product ID and quantity. So the combination of product ID and quantity is available in the result of the subquery, then that row from the table will be fetched. So this example where we are fetching product ID and quantity from this subquery according to the order ID 600. So the row fetched in the subquery will be compared with the product ID quantity provided in the outer query. Okay, so then result will be fetched. So this type of example is called a multi-column subquery. Now in today's session, we are going to start with the parallel query, parallel subquery, correlated subquery, and exist operator. Okay, so in this first we will have to start with the parallel subquery. Parallel subquery basically include more than one subquery in a query. Okay, in this case, subquery will be executed first and the result will be put it into the respective place of the outer query which will be executed. So it is the similar to the subquery where we can write multiple subquery in a query. Okay, so the all multiple subquery will be executed parallelly uh, for different conditions. So you can see in the example for author, publisher, and order table, where if you are asked to get the details of publisher whose discount is greater than or equals to the average discount. So here you can see discount is greater than or equals to the average discount. So one is, this is a one condition. Another is time is greater than average time. So one, another is, this is another condition. And the third condition is credit is less than the average credit of daily based distributor. So there are 3 to 4 conditions are given. So now whenever we are writing query for these conditions, we have to write separate subquery to fetch average discount, So query one, we have to subquery, we have to write sub one q1 subquery one. Okay, now we have to fetch the average time. So here we have to also write subquery. Okay, similarly, credit less than the average credit of Delhi based distributor. So here we have to also write one query. Okay, so here you can see three subqueries are written. These subquery can be executed in parallelly. So you can see, like if I'm writing select tested from publisher where discount greater than as discount greater than or equals to. So this condition we have written. Second condition is time greater than. So time greater than we have also written with by joining with the end. Okay. And third condition is that credit is less than. So credit we have written with using with end. So you can see all the conditions are running parallelly, but here we have to write subquery along with that. So these subquery can be executed parallelly. So that's why we are assuming it as a parallel subquery. Select average time from publisher. So it is fetching average time. So these subqueries are independent from each other. So in that case, we can consider these are parallel subqueries. Okay. Select average credit from publisher. So here you can see Delhi based creditor. So we can write from city equals to Delhi. Okay, if you are writing or if you are directly writing like here we are credit, then according to that we have to also provide the city. So here where city, is that okay? Where city equals to Delhi. This condition also need to be also written along with that. Okay, then the average credit will be computed. Okay, then all these query will be executed parallelly. So this kind of query we can assume as a parallel subquery. Okay, now this is another example, like get the details of publisher whose order quantity of individual book is greater than the average order quantity. So for that, here you can see for individual book we can write the average order quantity, one condition, and another condition is that. So these two conditions can be executed parallelly. So one condition we have written in the where clause, select public ID from order where quantity is greater than average quantity. So for that, getting average quantity we have written parallelly, but another condition is running in the parallel by for the group by public ID. That condition is assumed as in parallel. So this will be executed also with independent of that query. So this we are writing here as a parallel subquery. Okay, now we have to see the next, the most important, correlated subquery. It is different from the subquery nested subquery whatever we have covered previously. So correlated subquery is which is executed after the outer query executed. In the previous session, we have seen the subquery executed first, then the result of the subquery is used by the outer query for the execution. It means subquery executed first. But in the correlated subquery that uses the values of the outer query. It means we have to execute outer query and then we have to take the values from the outer query to execute the subquery. The correlated subquery cannot be executed independently as a simple subquery. Is that okay? Because it depends on the outer query for its value. Okay, so this is a basic difference between the subquery that we have discussed above and this correlated subquery. Okay, so in the correlated, so the execution of the correlated query happen or subquery is executed once for every row of the outer query. When we are fetching a value from the outer query, then based on that value will be subquery executed. Okay, so subquery execute once for every row of the outer query. Is that okay? So this is syntax we can use. Here we can specify the column from table, and then here we will be generally use aliasing in the outer query so that uniquely identify or in order to understand the attributes which are used in the outer query or inner query. So here we are using outer as a aliasing of for table one. So whenever we are writing expression in the inner query, so we are comparing like expression one equals to outer two to outer expression. So in that case, every expression written here in the condition of where clause in the inner query, we are fetching one row from the outer query, and then subquery will compare that value with the outer query. Okay, so here we are showing the syntax for the select statement. You can use for update and delete as well as, and some other operator like exist, any, all operator can also be used in the correlated query. We will see the example of that also, and with along with the exist. Okay, now you can see the execution of the subquery will happen in this way. First, fetch the candidate row from the outer query. Okay, then take this candidate row, okay, and take this row to execute the subquery, inner query. Okay, then you can use that outer query value and inner query value to compare, and then identify the qualifying or disqualifying tuple, and then go for the next row, or fetch the next row from the outer query, and then again execute that, uh, again execute the inner query based on the row fetched from the outer query, and then select the identifying or qualifying tuple, then again fetch the next row. In similar way, you have to execute or repeat the state execution till all the row are fetched or received from the outer query, or execution will happen for all the row in the outer query. Okay, so you can see the subquery example. Like here you can see, if we are considering employee table for the question, find all employees who are more than the average salary in their department. Like here employee table is given. Okay, we have to identify the employees whose average salary, whose salary is more than the average salary in their department. So it may be possible in the employee, like in the department number, like if I'm writing A, B, C, P, Q, R, or simple name we can write like A, B, C, D, E, F. So these are the employee, and then their salary maybe have maybe 500, 600, 700, 500, 600, 700, like that, है ना? And maybe department ID of these employee like 10, 20, 10, 20, 10, 20. Okay, so in there are two departments are available for these employees. Like here we have to identify the employees whose salary is greater than the average salary in their department. In it means here in these actually rows, here you can see department number 10, 10, 10. So there are the three employees, 1, 2, and 3. So if you are computing average of them, then the average 600 and 700 and 500, 13 and 5, 1800, 1800 divided by 3. So this will be 600 is the average. So employee whose average is greater than 600, whose salary is greater than 600, so employee C of department 10 will be selected. Second employee will be, we have to select from the department 20, whose average salary is greater than the other average salary. So whose salary is greater than the average salary in the department number 20. So you can see 600 here, and 500 and 700. So here again the result will be, the average will be 600. So more than that you can select this side. So these two tuples will be qualifying tuple for the result. Okay, so how we can write for that query? Can you tell me, without any correlated subquery, can you write that query for identifying these two tuples?
Select all from employee where salary greater than the subquery may select average salary from the employee.
Like if I'm writing select employee, ये name I can write, है ना? Employee from employee. Okay, and where, what should I need to write?
Salary, salary
Salary
greater than select average salary, comma department D dot department name, yeah, department ID.
I think department ID is already given in the employee table.
हाँ ठीक है, तो उस वाले से डिपार्टमेंट आईडी फ्रॉम एम्प्लॉय.
Department ID need to write here.
यस सर, क्योंकि ग्रुप करना पड़ेगा ना.
ओके लिख लेते चलो अभी अभी, हालांकि ये गलत है. डिपार्टमेंट आईडी. ओके हाँ, फिर
फ्रॉम एम्प्लॉय,
फ्रॉम एम्प्लॉय,
ग्रुप बाय डिपार्टमेंट आईडी.
ग्रुप बाय डिपार्टमेंट आईडी. Is that okay? Is that okay? देखो, it is a subquery that you have written, but it is wrong. As listen, whenever we are using single row comparison operator, then the value written by this subquery will be single value. Is that okay? But here you are computing average salary of each department, then there will be multiple values. Na? Same we have written here. You can see where we are receiving an error. You can see where we have seen an error. Example we have seen na? In this statement. You can see same we have written na? From employee ID last name employee salary is equals to, or you can write greater than also na here. Greater than, select minimum salary, group by department ID. Same thing you are doing instead of minimum, you are doing average. But in that case, you can see multiple row will be written by this value. Na? More than one row will be there. Na? But it is expecting single row with the single row comparison operator. So you cannot do with this. Na? Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Na? So whatever you are suggesting, that I think will show an error. Na? Okay. So instead of that, what you can do, you can use correlated subquery to do this. Or I'm not saying that it cannot be written in this way, but it can be written with in some different way, you without using correlated subquery. But for this case, we cannot write in this way. Is that okay? So you can use some correlated subquery for doing that task. As correlated subquery, what it will do, you can see it will just select one tuple from the outer query and then execute the subquery for that tuple. Like here you can see I have written like employee name, salary and department ID from employees as an outer query, as an outer. Okay, now I am comparing select salary greater than. Though I am using single row comparison after them, but how this query will be executed? One row fetch from that. Like here we are fetching 500 or 10A. So this row will be selected. Okay. So from that, now I'm running the subquery. So how this subquery will be executed? Subquery just compute the average salary from employee where department ID is equals to outer dot department ID. In that case, department ID is 10. Okay. So department ID 10 for the first row. So in that case, for the first row, department ID 10. So here 10 will be there. Now you have to compute the average salary in this employee table for the department ID 10. So execute this subquery. So in that case, we are executing. So only for these three departments, like 10, 10, and these 10. So you can see the average will be 600. Okay. So now here from that 600 value will be written for the first row. In that case, we are comparing this 500 is greater than the 600. No. So it means this row will not be selected. Now again, we are going to fetch the second row. 600. So according to this 600, we are again computing what we are computing. We are computing again average salary for the department number 20. So 20, if we are computing, then again we will get 600. Now we are comparing again with the 600, 600 greater than 600. No, then this row will be disqualified. Now again we are checking for the department ID 10. So again instead of 10, 20, this will be 10. Okay. As here you can see we are writing outer dot department. So again this query will execute for the every row of the outer query. Is that okay now? So you can see here we are checking. So here average salary again 600, then here 700. So 700 greater than 600. Yes. So now this query will execute. So this row will be fast. So are you getting the execution? How this execution will happen?
सर इसमें एग्जीक्यूशन तो आगे, लेकिन आउटर वाला समझ नहीं आया, मतलब ने आउटर का कैसे यूज हो रहा है?
Yes, that is actually correlated query, na? Here outer means we are fetching, like you can assume there are two tables. Okay, यही टेबल एक और मैंने रेप्लिकेट किया हुआ है सेम प्लेसेस पर, इसको T1 मानो और इसको T2 मानो, सेम टेबल है. ओके ना? इज दैट ओके? ए बी ऐसा मानो. ये टेबल यूज हो रहा है यहाँ पे. इसको एम्प्लॉइज को मैं इनर लिख देता हूं, ऐसे भी लिख सकता हूं इनर. ओके, अलाइजिंग किया हुआ है. ये एम्प्लॉइज टेबल है, इसका यही टेबल है, इसको अलाइज कर दिया, इसको मैंने इनर लिख लिया. तो यहाँ पे क्या लिख सकता हूँ, ये डिपार्टमेंट आईडी की जगह मैं लिख सकता हूँ इनर डॉट डिपार्टमेंट आईडी. So whenever you are thinking about inner, then fetch the data from that table. So A, B, C, D, E, F. Is that okay? Here we can write 500, 600, 700, and 500, 600, and 700. Is that okay? 10, 20, 10, 20, 10, 20. Is that okay na? Same table hai?
Yes, sir.
Now I am running this query. So how you can run? So first you have to fetch one row from this table. Is that okay? So select that first row. Is that okay? So in that case, what is salary? We are writing here 500. For first row, we are writing here 500. Okay. Now we have to check what is this value written by this query. So in that case, 500 row, what is the department ID? T1 dot department ID. What is the value for this row? 10. Is that okay? So here now in the sub query we are computing this query 10, and here we are keeping inner dot department ID equals to 10. है? So now execute this query on this table. Which row will be selected? A 500 and C 700 and E 700. All these are having department ID 10. Is that okay? These rows based on this average will be computed. Now what will be the average? Sorry, E आएगा, E 600 है ना? E 600 आएगा. So what will be the average?
600.
So inner query will return basically 600 na?
Yes, sir.
Is that okay na?
Yes, sir.
Now this query will, now first row will be checked, that first row will be selected in the final result or not. 500 is greater than 600?
No, sir.
No, it means this row will not be selected. Then again fetch next row. तो next row के लिए यहाँ पे 500 की जगह क्या आ जाएगा? 600. Condition will be that. Now execute department ID. अब क्या हो गया? बाहर वाले टेबल का डिपार्टमेंट, इस वाले T1 डॉट डिपार्टमेंट आईडी क्या है? T1 की जगह मैंने क्या यूज किया है? आउटर. 20 हो गया. तो यहाँ पे अब क्या होगा? 20. तो execute the inner query according to the 20. What will be the result? Again 600.
Yes, sir.
Okay, 600 आएगा ना यहाँ से? तो 600 आएगा, तो 600 के अकॉर्डिंग we are going to check this condition. 600 greater than 600. No. 100% क्वालिफाई हो गई. थर्ड रो सिलेक्ट करो. डिपार्टमेंट आईडी क्या हो गया इसकी जगह पे? अब 10. Then check 700 greater than 600. Condition true. Then this row will be selected for qualifying. Then next check करो ये वाली रो 20. तो ये भी डिस्क्वालीफाई हो जाएगी, ये भी डिस्क्वालीफाई हो जाएगी, ये फिर सिलेक्ट हो जाएगी. Is that okay? So two row will be selected. Here you can see the inner query will be executed only when this value is provided by the outer query. Is that okay? Inner query cannot independently execute it. If you have specified like outer dot department ID, it means we are using the value from the outer query. And this outer dot department is this 10, 20, 10, 20, 10, 20. These are the values. These are fetched from the outer query. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. For every row, this subquery will be executed. So that we have written in the definition. Subquery executed once for every row of the outer query. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Now it is clear.
Yes, sir.
Is that okay now? That's why it is called correlated subquery. Is that okay? Now it is clear now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So now you can see again another example. If I write get the details of author in ascending order of year of publishing for which an order is placed. So if we are writing a subquery, then in that case you can select asterisk from author, where author dot title we are going to write, as here we have to require details of author, so we have to select from the author. That's why we have written here select asterisk from author. Okay. Okay. So is that okay? And we have to require an ascending order, that we will do later. Or what we have to do next, order of year of publishing, and which order is placed. So in the order and author, what is the common attribute? Based on that we can write query. So here we are using in operator. So author dot title in. So in that case we have written subquery like select distinct order dot title. So this order dot title is from the order table from here. Okay, from orders. And here we are comparing author dot title with the order dot title. So for every row in the author table, we are executing this inner query again and again. Like how this will happen, like from the author table, one row will be fetched, first row will be fetched. Okay, for the first row, suppose title is PQR. Okay, is that okay? So PQR, we are checking in the order table where PQR is exist. Okay, then if there are PQR exists, then for that the order table will be executed. If there are PQR, then we are checking author dot title is exist. Then according to that author year will be, we are ordering that will be executed after the complete execution of this where clause, है ना? तो ये कब जितना ऑथर डॉट टाइटल होंगे ना, वो सारे के सारे सिलेक्ट हो जाएंगे ऑथर डॉट टाइटल के अकॉर्डिंग. जैसे पीक्यूआर है, पीक्यूआर यहाँ पे होगा तो इसके करस्पॉन्डिंग रो फास्ट हो जाएंगी. जितनी भी रो होंगी वो सारी की सारी रो यहाँ पे आ जाएंगी क्वेरी में. ओके, तो यहाँ से मल्टीपल रो आ सकती है. दैट्स व्हाई वी हैव रिटन हियर इन. ओके, आर यू गेटिंग?
Yes, sir.
इज दैट ओके ना? ओके. नेक्स्ट एक और देख सकते हो कोरिलेटेड सबक्वेरी. गेट द टाइटल एंड ऑथर नेम ऑफ ऑल द बुक्स फॉर विच एन ऑर्डर इज प्लेस्ड विद द डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर बेस्ड ऑन दिल्ली. तो ऑर्डर वाले में ही जाना है, बट सिटी इक्वल्स टू दिल्ली होना चाहिए. सो सिटी इज प्रोवाइडेड इन द पब्लिशर. सो यू कैन सी हाउ वी कैन राइट ऑथर नेम्स, title and author names of all the books, title and author name. So we can write select title author from the author where author dot title for the order. So we are checking author dot title in select order dot title from order where author dot title equals to order dot title. So this is a condition. एक condition हो गया. Next condition is distributor is based on the Delhi. So दिल्ली किस में है? पब्लिशर में. So publisher is relating with the order based on the public ID. So based on this public ID, we are writing public ID in. So select public ID from publisher where city equals to Delhi. So only the title or will be selected from the order table whose city is Delhi. Is that okay? ओके, तो यहाँ पे ये देखोगे ये वाली जो क्वेरी लिखा हुआ है ना इतना एंड इतना, दिस इज कोरिलेटेड है ये आता है. ठीक है, इसके बाद ये लिखा हुआ है दिस इज जस्ट सब क्वेरी. ये कोरिलेशन का इसमें कोई नहीं है, तो ये कंप्लीट एग्जीक्यूशन होगा। तो फर्स्ट ये एग्जीक्यूट होगा सबसे पहले, तो यहाँ पे से पब्लिकेशन आईडी वो आईडी आ जाएंगे जो टैली सिटी में है, ये कंप्लीट हो जाएगी। उसके बाद ये वाली जो चलेगी आउटर वाली, outer query will execute for every row, oh sorry, in this second this query first one and this is a second one, ये कंप्लीट हो जाएगी एक बार में, ये इट इज इंडिपेंडेंट वन टाइम, है ना। सो इट इज इंडिपेंडेंट, ये इंडिपेंडेंट होगी, ओके। बट this query, this first one will be executed for every row of the outer query. Is that okay ना? तो ये यहां तक आएगा, वैसे एंड कंडीशन भी लगा हुआ, तो फॉर एवरी रो इट विल बी एग्जीक्यूटेड, ओके ना। ओके, so now you can see you can utilize this correlated subquery whenever you want to return a different result or set of results for each candidate row considered by the main query. Okay, a correlated subquery, it is a one way of reading every row in a table and comparing value in each row against the related data. So here what we are doing, according to the one row we are checking whole table, है ना। So in that case you can utilize the correlated subquery. So here a basic difference between the nested subquery or subquery and versus correlated query. You can see in the normal nested query or subquery, the inner select query runs first and executes once. Only one time execution will happen for the inner select statement. But in the correlated subquery, you can see it execute once for every candidate row. It means if there are 10 rows in the outer query, then 10 times the inner query will be executed. But in the normal subquery, nested subquery, the inner query will execute it only once, and first it will be executed, and the result provided by the inner query will be directly utilized by the main query. Okay, where in the correlated query you can see in the inner, it is just execute once for every row in the outer query. For every row, values will be considered in the inner query for the execution. Is that okay? So basic difference you can consider is that, okay. Now you can use exist and not exist operator inside the correlated query. Okay, so you can see exist and not exist basically test for non-empty set, is there empty or non-empty. Okay. If there are any rows in the result set, then it will return true, otherwise it will return false. Okay, so you can see that the example, like if I write get the titles of all the books that are in author table for which an order is placed. So you can see we have to just receive the title of the books. So title of the books are provided here, you can see. Okay. Okay, and we have to see only those titles for which order is placed. So order in the order table, the title are also given. So we have to match author.title with the order.titles. Okay, so for a title, we have to just pick up a title provided in the author table. Like if your title is PQR, okay, now we have to check that title is available in the order table. It means for every row we are running or we are checking whole table, for whole order table. Is there any title whose is available in the order table? That PQR is available in order table? If yes, then select that title row from the author table. Then pick up the next title, like ABC is second row. If ABC is available in order, if yes, then select that row. Next, like if I'm having like CDE, like check that or that title is available in order tables. If no, then unselect or disqualify that row. Is that okay? Is that okay? In that way, this query will be executed. So you can see, you can write for that query, select title from author where exists. That title exists. So here we are using exist to check any row is exist with that title. So if here a title is for first case, if there is a title PQR, so here PQR, sorry, here we are writing PQR for author PQR, If PQR is exists in the order table, then row will be selected. If there are any row selected, then it means the exists operator return true. So that title will be selected. Okay. So for the second row, again we are seeing ABC. So here ABC will be there. Then we are checking for whole orders table for ABC. If there are an ABC, then the row will be selected. Then exists operator return true. In this case, CDE cases, in the CD case there is a no CD, so it means there is a no row will be selected, zero row will be selected. So in that case, exists operator return false, then that title CDE will not be selected in the final result table. Is that okay? Okay. So here order is placed. Similarly, we can write order is not placed using not exist operator. So here we can utilize not exist operator. Okay. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now you can see another example using exist and not exist basically allows to determine if the value in the correlated subquery exists or not for a particular row or region. If exists, then it will return true or else return false. For example, if you want to display those customer name from the customer table whose customer ID is found in the order table. So there are two tables like customer and order. So for a customer ID, if a particular customer ID in the customer table is available in the order table, then we have to select that customer. So it is similar to the previous query. So how we can write so correlated subquery for that? Yes. Yes.
Select name from customer where exists.
Name from customer where
Exist.
Yes. Select
all from order.
Select from order. Select asterisk from order where
order ID
where
equal to
customer ID. We are checking order dot customer ID equals to customer dot customer ID. Is that okay now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So in that we can write like if we are seeing customer as a C and order as a O, so O dot customer ID equals to C dot customer ID. Okay. Okay now? Okay. So this is a simple example, another example that you can write. Now you can see for the exist operator, if you want to show all order that include furniture finished in natural ASS. So this is just a company or place where furniture are finished. So you can use like if you want to see the distinct order ID from order line T. So this is just a table we are considering, and then we want to check is there an order ID that is exist or that for that furniture is finished in that particular place. So for that we are writing here, instead of writing like order line dot product ID for one place we have written, so this will be just fetched from the outer table. Okay, so this is just for the outer table. Okay, and the inner table we are considering as a product T. So this is written in our query. Okay, now we are comparing product ID of the inner for product T table, is that equivalent to that, and the second condition is this. So you can specify, you can utilize this exist operator in this way. Okay, now this is another example where we are not utilizing any select operator. We can utilize the aliasing name used in the inner query into the outer query. We can also use here. You can see in the inner query average product standard price, we have aliased it as average price. So this average price is utilized by the outer query. Okay, for comparison purpose or other purpose also. So here you can see we are utilizing average price in comparison as well as in selection. Okay, in the outer query, so that you can utilize. Like this is another example for mixed query. Just get the second maximum price of the book from the author table. It is not guaranteed that this is just from or it should be implemented from the correlated subquery. So just solve it. Just solve it. If I ask you to get the second maximum price of the book from the author table, like price होगा हर एक बुक का हमको वो बुक चाहिए जिसका सेकंड मैक्सिमम हो। अच्छा, अगर मैं आपसे कहता हूं मैक्सिमम आइडेंटिफाई करो तो कैसे करोगे? हाउ यू विल बी गोइंग टू राइट क्वेरी मैक्सिमम के लिए? सिलेक्ट मैक्स प्राइस फ्रॉम ऑथर। ओके, तो मैक्स प्राइस मिल जाएगा। अब बुक का नाम चाहिए तो यहाँ पे साइड बाई साइड आप बुक भी लिख सकते हो। क्या लिख सकते हो? सिलेक्ट टाइटल, ओके, कॉमा मैक्स प्राइस फ्रॉम ऑथर। इज इट ओके ना? मिल जाएगा।
यस सर, यस सर।
अब मैंने कहा आपको सेकंड मैक्स चाहिए। लाइक यहाँ पे मेरे पास चलो 400 है, किसी का 200 है, किसी का 300 है, किसी का 500 है। और मैंने मान लिया यहाँ पे और 100 मान लो, ठीक है। तो मैक्सिमम तो 500 तो इसमें मिल जाएगा, बट मेरे को चाहिए 400 एज अ रिजल्ट। देन हाउ वी विल डू?
सर इसमें लिमिट और ऑफसेट यूज कर सकते हैं।
एक तरीका वो है, बिल्कुल कर सकते हो, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है। और सब क्वेरी से कैसे लिखोगे इसको? बिल्कुल सही बोल रहे हो आप, लिमिट और ऑफसेट से हो जाएगा, बिल्कुल आसानी से हो जाएगा। बट सब क्वेरी से कैसे लिखोगे? सोच पा रहे हो जतिन?
नहीं सर, समझ नहीं
देखो
आता सब क्वेरी
देखो
से।
कैसे होगा। मैंने 500 इसमें से निकाल लिया। अगर ये 500 में इसमें से रिमूव कर दूं और बाकी की रो फैच कर लूं, 500 इसमें से हट जाए तो मेरे पास बाकी की रो क्या बचेंगी? 400, 200, 300 और 100। और फिर मैक्सिमम निकालूं तो मेरे पास सेकंड हाईएस्ट आ जाएगा कि नहीं आ जाएगा?
यस सर।
आ जाएगा। तो मैं इसमें से 500 कैसे रिमूव करूंगा? मैंने यहां से 500 निकाल लिया, मेरे पास यहाँ पे रिजल्ट क्या आएगा? 500। अब मेरे को वो प्राइजेस चाहिए जो 500 से छोटी हैं। इज दैट ओके?
यस सर।
तो मैं यहाँ पे लिखूं सिलेक्ट, एक क्वेरी लिखता हूं, सिलेक्ट प्राइस फ्रॉम ऑथर वेयर प्राइस लेस देन दिस। इज दैट ओके? क्यों?
बट सर इसमें अगर हमारे पास 200 पहले हुआ तो वो आ जाएगा।
तो 200 आने दो मेरे पास। इस अच्छा ये बताओ इस क्वेरी का रिजल्ट क्या होगा? देखो जरा, अगर मैंने लिखा वेयर प्राइस लेस देन, और यहाँ पे मैंने लिखा है सिलेक्ट प्राइस फ्रॉम ऑथर, बताओ क्या निकलेगा इस क्वेरी का रिजल्ट? इसमें क्या आएगा पूरे का? इस इतने का सब पूरे का क्या आएगा बताओ? इतने का तो 500 आ जाएगा, ये क्लियर है ना इतने का?
यस सर।
ये 500 यहाँ पे जाएगा। अब मेरी आउटर क्वेरी एग्जीक्यूट होगी ये वाली। तो ये क्वेरी कंपेयर करेगी 400 इज लेस देन 500, यस, तो इधर आ गया। 200 इज लेस देन 500, यस, तो ये आ गया। 300 इज लेस देन 500, यस, ये आ गया। 500 इज लेस देन 500, नो, तो ये एलिमिनेट हो गया। 100 इज लेस देन 500, यस, तो ये रिजल्ट आएगा। तो मेरा इस टोटल क्वेरी का रिजल्ट क्या आएगा? क्या आया?
400, 200, 300, 100।
यही आएगा कि नहीं आया? सॉरी,
यस सर।
है ना? तो अब मेरे को इसमें से क्या चाहिए? मैक्सिमम वैल्यू।
यस सर।
अगर इसमें मैक्सिमम मैं आइडेंटिफाई कर लेता हूं तो मेरे पास निकल आएगा ना सेकंड हाईएस्ट। तो मैक्सिमम कैसे आइडेंटिफाई करूंगा? सिलेक्ट, एक और क्वेरी लिखूंगा, सिलेक्ट प्राइस, या ऐसे लिखो सिलेक्ट मैक्स प्राइस लिख दो ना, सिलेक्ट मैक्स प्राइस फ्रॉम ऑथर वेयर प्राइस n, ये मल्टीपल रो होंगी ना इधर पे, ये टोटल डेटा इसका है, टोटल डेटा क्या होगा 400 400 200 300 एंड 100। तो अब मैंने यहाँ पे फिर से इसी क्वेरी पे चलेगा, तो यहाँ से 400 आएगा बाहर की टेबल के लिए, 400 200 400 200 300 100, ये तो रो आ जाएंगी और उनमें से मैक्सिमम आइडेंटिफाई करूंगा मैं, क्यों?
यस सर।
तो क्या मिल जाएगा मेरे को फाइनल 400, तो सेकंड हाईएस्ट आ गया ना, आ गया?
यस सर।
ऐसे ही अब थर्ड हाईएस्ट निकाल सकता हूँ, अगेन ये क्वेरी रिपीट करूंगा। तो ये देखो, ये जो क्वेश्चन आंसर लिखा हुआ है ना, वो ऐसे ही लिखा हुआ है। ये तो मैंने इसलिए दिखाया है जिससे कि आपको ये समझ में आ सके हाँ क्वेरी लिखनी कैसी है एक्चुअली। छोटे छोटे टुकड़ों में काम करोगे तो आपको आसान होगा क्वेरी लिखना। तो ये देखो लिखा मैक्सिमम प्राइस फ्रॉम ऑथर, तो पहले ये एग्जीक्यूट होगा तो ये क्या दे देगा आपको 500। अब 500 से छोटा चाहिए तो सिलेक्ट, ये वाली क्वेरी क्या देगी आपको 400 200 300 एंड 100, ये देख। फिर इसमें से मैक्सिमम लोगे तो यहाँ पे क्या मिल जाएगा आपको 400। ऐसे मैंने कह दिया थर्ड मैक्सिमम चाहिए, तो ये जो क्वेरी लिखी हुई है ये तो होगा ही होगा, और फिर अपन को यहाँ पे एक और लगाना पड़ेगा सिलेक्ट प्राइस ऑथर वेयर प्राइस लेस देन, तो ये लगाया इतना यहाँ से सिलेक्ट प्राइस फ्रॉम ऑथर वेयर प्राइस इन, तो इतने तक जो वैल्यू मिलेगी आपको यहाँ से लेके यहाँ तक, तो वो तो मिल जाएगा आपको 400 300 200। उसमें से फिर लेस देन वाले चाहिए, तो लेस देन वाले चाहिए तो उसमें से हमको 300 200 200 ये रह जाएंगे यहाँ पे, तो यहाँ पे मिलेगा आपको 300 आके। फाइन, तो थर्ड हाईएस्ट में। इज दैट ओके ना?
यस सर।
ओके ठीक है, चलो तो ये एग्जांपल है, एक और एक्सरसाइज है जो आप कर सकते हो। ठीक है, सो आई एम जस्ट स्किपिंग। ओके, तो देख लेना आप। ठीक है, ये सब कोरिलेटेड सब क्वेरी के हैं। इज दैट ओके?
यस सर।
ओके, सो इफ यू हैव एनी क्वेरी देन यू कैन आस्क हियर, है ना। और एक बार एक्सरसाइज करना है पीपीटी, और I will post in the chat in the group, WhatsApp group. Okay, or recording I'm also uploading on the YouTube, so I will also share the link that if you want to see the recording then you can also see, है ना? Okay,
Okay sir.
thank you.
Okay.